Hicks here tonight?
Well, it's a little bit of tough luck. It's racing. Rubbin's racing, and you win some and you lose some. You're going to have that in dirt track. And it's a tough break for him, maybe.
And here comes the 33. Shane Grieco, the Gecko at Fast Track, roaring back out onto the speedway, waiting to see the car 3 of Kenny Peoples Jr. If he makes his way back out on the racetrack, he does not. And they are at the VP Race Fuels making PowerPoint. Take number 2. We'll try it. Their green flag. Let's see how this song and dance goes.
Benji Hicks holds the low line.
Back straightaway, whole shot's going to go to Benji Hicks. Hicks will get the early going lead as they exit off of turn 4. Carson Ferguson off the pace mid-pack. He bounces off of Randy Kinner. So does Brad Basie. He gets a little sideways. Benji Hicks will power to the lead on the back straightaway as they dive into turn 3. Michael Bland back hard on the outside lane.
Shane
trying
Grieco
to get a run
the
there.
high side around 3 and 4 coming through traffic.
Look at Brad Basie hitting a Ute tire. Got sideways. Correct-tailed, fish-tailed. Kept going. We'll stay green. Underway. Oh, problems. Jacob Brown's with an issue. Dylan Brown's out, and now Jacob Brown's out in the 6 car. So both of the natives out of Gaffney are out. We're 3 wide out of turn 4. Hot dog between the bun was Corey Allman.
Hot dog between the bun. Oh, boy. I never heard that one. Oh.
Hot dog between the bun, meat in the sandwich, slices of bread,
needle.
the clay chopping block, threading the needle.
How about the 2 local boys up there up front in 2 and 4?
In the early going, working lap 4:40. And you got to make sure you don't overdo it, man. I'm really concerned. Benji Hicks has got a really strong car. He's pulling away from the field, but Michael Bland, look at his car, really trying to make the outside work. You got to wonder what type of tire compound they choose. The F2 T100 or the 400, and Kevin Angle also, if you use those tires up. This track is abrasive on rubber.
Oh, yes. This track is really high grip. It can be abrasive, but you just got to choose the right tire combination to make the car work for you.
Field likes it off of turn 4 just after midnight now. Fast Track Racing Network coverage on our Facebook Audiocast here. Shout out to Michael Patton, voice of the East Alabama Motor Speedway. Michael, I look forward to announcing with you for the 46th Annual Alabama State Championship race coming up on September 20th to the 23rd at the Playground of Power. They actually have their points championship races this Sunday night. And then, of course, it culminates with the Fall Dirt Classic of the South, the National 100. Me and Michael Patton will be calling that event at East Alabama Motor Speedway. Hope you're enjoying this, bud. As we get ready to go back, looks like Michael Bland's trying to make something work on the outside. Yes. What's that old saying? Paint your back porch red? He's trying to. Meanwhile, we're 3 wide again. Matt Glandon, he's the meat in the sandwich. Man. As those drivers, the 2 black cars of Grieco and Ferguson, trying to tag team him as they exit off the corner, using him as a lap car as a pick. As they dive into turn number 1, Ferguson will capitalize on Grieco to get by Glandon, and that goes on in front of your leaders as lap traffic is closing in. It's Brad Basie about to go a lap down, and Michael Bland goes outside out of turn 2.
Oh, Jesus. There's all kinds of action out here on the racetrack. Michael Bland trying to work the middle of 3 and 4, and he also goes into 1 and 2, and he's plumb up into the cushion.
Oh, trouble. Turn number 1 and 2. Oh, man. Bland had nowhere to go. Are you kidding me? Matthew Nance gets collected. The points leader's involved. Michael Bland's involved. Brad Basie goes around. Oh, my goodness. How do you sort this out? I would say secondary caution. I would say secondary yellow. Caution would be on Brad Basie, but I'm not the race director. And again, though, Kevin Angle, if they call it as a secondary yellow, you got to wonder how much damage is on Michael Bland or Matthew Nance's car in the 4 and 2.
Exactly.
We know Brad Basie's got damage.
Michael Bland, I know he tagged into the back of the wall and the side of his car with that contact. So there could be some heavy damage on the passenger side of the car with some sheet metal damage.
Nancy Dorsey says, having a great time here at Beckley Motorsports Park, but I'm going to be tired at work in the morning. But, God, I love dirt track racing. Thank you. Glad you're enjoying your night, Nancy Dorsey and friends.
We always got some diehards here at Beckley.
So here's the scenario here. Here's the scenario. Here's the problem. Do you call the caution as a secondary yellow for Michael Bland and Matthew Nance? Because Brad Basie spun and basically nowhere to go. So there was contact made with the 52. What about the 4?
We're getting everything kind of dialed in here.
What about the 4, DJ? Okay. That's all I needed to know.
Okay, I guess we got everything dialed out, don't we?
Okay, so here it is. And it is in the rule book. It's sour grapes for Michael Bland, but because he had contact with the spinning car of Bland, because he had contact with the spinning car of Brad Basie, he is a part of the caution. So he goes to the tail end of the field. Michael Bland is part of the caution with Brad Basie because he spun and he had contact with Basie's car. He goes to the tail end of the field. Matthew Nance did not have contact with Basie or Bland's car.
So
he spun to avoid, hits the secondary yellow. He'll get his spot back.
Tough break. Let's start track racing.
Does that clear things up?
Yeah, that kind of clarifies everything up right there in the rule book. It's the way dirt track racing should be and will always be.
So again, reiterating, race fans and those in the Audiocast coverage, those as well on 3 and Out Sports Network, thank you to LaDonna Simone and Trace Knight and everybody. Hope you're enjoying your Labor Day with us with a triple header of race coverage from everybody at our servers in Dallas, Texas. Late night there. Well, late night here. I guess it's what? I think it's like 10:30 at night in Dallas.
Yeah, it's
or 11:30. Yeah, Mountain Time, Central Time, I guess.
Yeah. Central.
But yes, again, Michael Bland, damage, got collected with the 52 of Brad Basie lap car. Because of that being spin and having contact with the car that brought out the caution, he's a part of the yellow. He goes to the tail, if he's even able to continue. Matthew Nance was a secondary caution, spun to avoid, did not collect anybody. He goes back to second spot. He got a mulligan, basically, Kevin Angle.
Look at the damage on
Brad Basie's car.
Yeah,
and look at Michael Bland.
Damage. He's going to go to the pit area and get that looked at by his pit crew. Michael Bland's car, it just has a little bit of front nose cone damage.
We are working lap number 12.
12 out of 40. I mean, we're almost halfway home with this one, Wesley.
We will talk to our top 3 finishers of the East Coast Rumble, round number 1 tonight, and we'll also decide who will be the Triple Crown champion. That'll all be coming up on the front straight away. You can be my camera guy for that? You gonna hold my camera again?
Yeah, well, sure. I'll hold the camera.
We'll go down there together.
I love always being on that dirt track, especially racing that side-by-side against Robert.
You never let that up, do you?
Oh, we both talk all kinds of smack all week long. You won't believe it.
Benji Hicks, Matthew Nance, and Henry Ormsby are your top 3. Brandon Umberger sits in 4th. Mike Franklin. How about the run for Mike Franklin in the 74 car?
Yeah, very good run on his
He sits in 5th. Corey Albin is 6th, followed by Carson Ferguson, Matt Glandon, Shane Grieco, Hunter Stinnett, Joseph Putnick, followed by Randy Kinder, Brad Basie, and there's your rundown of cars that are on the racetrack. Looks like we might see a couple of cars roll. No, it looks like Michael Bland might be done for, Kevin. He is rolling that car to his pit area, having assistance.
Tough break.
The night is done for Michael Bland out of Pineville, West Virginia. What might have been?
Still wouldn't count out H3 or Brandon Umberger to win this race.
Oh, no. And don't count out Matthew Nance either. Got himself a mulligan.
A lot of tough talent right there in the top 4.
Choose rule has been decided. He'll go to the inside of the driver left of Hicks. They'll get ready to come back for the restart. 12 laps in, 8 to halfway, 28 to the finish. And East Coast Rumble round number 1 for the 4th annual time here at Beckley. Green flag going back in the air. We're back underway. as the field goes on the whole shot off the corner. And look at Matthew Nance. He's got a power move on the inside of Benji Hicks, looking for the lead. Benji Hicks got one win at Princeton a few weeks ago. Matthew Nance trying to break through into victory lane. Here's a statistic, though. Out of all the races this year, Matthew Nance has finished in top 5 or better. Consistency to be the man leading for the championship, as Benji Hicks will exit off the corner now, working lap 13. 13 now, 20 to halfway, 27 to the finish. Racing continues on. Wow, Benji Hicks really to the top of the racetrack, testing the outside wall a moment ago in the barrier. Off of turn 2. Matthew Nance on the inside. Here comes Henry Ormsby. He's there as well. They're 1, 2, and 3. Door-to-door racing going on between Mike Franklin and Corey Allman. Seeing a different line these drivers are driving. Benji Hicks is, Kevin, compared to Matthew Nance.
Definitely on the high line. He's on a mission.
Testing the wall. Shades of what he did at Wythe Raceway in the Triple Crown Race 2 at a couple of weeks ago at Wythe, where, by the way, he took himself out of contention and hit the wall.
He's definitely got a little bit of a crinkle in the sheet metal department on the back corner of that car, because after you come out of turn 2 where the pit entrance is out on the racetrack, that wall does come up pretty quick.
Trouble, turn number 1 and 2. Well, nope, correction. We'll stay green. Brad Basie got a little sideways there. He fishtailed, corrected, and kept it going. We'll stay under green. 17 laps are in. Bottleneck of cars for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Down the back straightaway, led by Corey Allman, Brandon Umberger, Carson Ferguson, and Mike Franklin in that fight now as they exit off of turn number 4. Benji Hicks still out in front.
Look at here going around 1 and 2 here for Brandon Umberger.
Well, he's on a lap down, but they're trying to take advantage and put him 2 spots back in the rear as they'll exit off the corner. They're going to come to the line this time by. And we are now going to see the cross flags come in the air. 20 down, 20 to go here in East Coast Rumble Triple Crown Finale here at Beckley. And here's your rundown after halfway. Benji Hicks leads. Matthew Nance is second, followed by Henry Ormsby third. Then it's going to be Brandon Umberger, Corey Allman, Mike Franklin, Carson Ferguson. Then it's going to be Matt Glandon, Shane Greco, Hunter Stinnett, Jacob Sputnik, followed by the machine of Randy Kinder and Brad Basie. So there's your rundown of cars that are on the racetrack. 19 remaining, and Benji Hicks leads them off 4 with more lap traffic in his miss going to 1, Kevin.
He's still got a commanding lead over the 4. I mean, it's crazy how fast he's done took off like he shot out of a cannon on that restart, and he's just picking off lap cars one by one, just making his way around the racetrack, just counting down the laps as we went to 23 laps in.
And by the way, these drivers, 1 and 2, racing for position, East Coast Rumble, and for the clock.
Yeah.
For the grandfather clock.
Yes,
these drivers are battling.
It's an epic race, I told you. It's going to be an epic race event. You got the 2 top contenders for this championship race. You got for the grandfather clock the $2,000 to win the event.
Wouldn't it be something for Benji Hicks, like taking candy from a baby, to sneak in there and take it away from Matthew Nance? Triple Crown Race 1 won by Ross the Boss Bales at 3:11. Go figure. Trouble in turn 4.
Little Henry Ormsby.
Henry Ormsby's off the pace.
Oh, man.
Caution is out. Yellow flag number 3 for Henry Ormsby the third. And problems for the young man out of Bradley, West Virginia. We go under yellow flag with 15 to go. Well, Kevin, this changes everything, I guess. I mean, still got 15 laps to go. It's not like a 3-lap shootout.
That takes the local drivers plumb out of the mix.
Yeah? You think?
He's still rolling under power. Maybe
I'm wondering if he cut down a tire.
Think he hit the kill switch on it by accident, driving around it.
The way that car is bobbing and weaving, wobbly down the front straightaway, looks like he possibly might have cut down a tire.
He probably got into the guardrail over there.
Left side damage is on the 39 of Henry Ormsby. I'm wondering if he possibly cut down a left rear or a left front on the 39.
Push truck.
If he does have a tire down, race director and the receiver one-way communication will give Henry Ormsby and crew a 2-lap courtesy rule. Drivers will have 2 laps to change that flat tire and come back out on the race track. we'll have the choose rule. We have 15 laps to go.